Hello and welcome to the adventures of Charm, Dash, and Flex. In the last episode, these dupes made a laboratory, and they made it a priority to get some lights around here. They plug them in whenever they're in the room, and today they've woken up, and they're having to think about what the priority for the day is. The main thing that's been on the mines tubes is oxygen. Oxylite has been burning out. They just have 2 tiles left. We do have an oxygen system, oxygen diffuser ran out of power in the night. Very discomforting. We also have less than 2 tons of algae. But we do see algae just above where we're sleeping, so that's their first priority, to dig that out. Unknown to the dupes today, there's something very exciting that's going to happen at some point. A little bit of cleanup in the outhouses. They're full of germs. So exploration is happening at this end of the base. But the dupes discovered something while they're doing some research yesterday. Actually just going to plug in. Flex is on the manual generator. They like to have some light while they're working away. But they discovered that their tools, their builder, can actually analyze rock that's further away. For instance, while they're standing here, they can see there's carbon dioxide. So they know if they dig that out, that's going to make it difficult to breathe. They see there's carbon dioxide floating in the air. They've got ability to analyze that and see that that's pooling down here. But it's eventually going to get to the point where there's going to be a lot of carbon dioxide. That's not a good thing. So the priority for the day is to build a carbon dioxide pit. They're going down on the left side of their barracks to make sure that carbon dioxide falls down. They also notice something really strange. Carbon dioxide is a different color, first of all. It's actually darker and heavier. For some reason, in this world, carbon dioxide actually falls down. They don't question it too much because, you know what, they did land here in a magical door. Charm and Dash are analyzing dirt to find new technology. This time, they're researching food. They want to grow their own food because, well, apart from oxygen, they only have so many calories. They did find this terrible tasting muck roots as they were digging, but they're probably going to need to grow their own food if they need to survive long enough to figure out how to get off of this rock. Start of the carbon dioxide pit is happening. This is very useful because not only is this going to give them carbon dioxide, a spot for carbon dioxide to fall down, they're finding algae and more metal on the way. They get to a little opening, has some carbon dioxide. This is perfect. This is just going to allow all our carbon dioxide that we're breathing out to land down here. They continue building a path. And as they get down there, they realize there's a bubble filled with oxygen, and there seems to be some new biology over there. Let's go and discover what it might be. Digging down in this zone proves difficult because they have to hold their breath. But the analyzer indicates that there is oxygen on this side, so they continue on. Flex does more digging, and that eventually opens up the area, which is really nice because oxygen starts flowing. It makes it a little bit easier. Flex has a look in, and there's a plant, mealwood. Mealwood, puts it through the analyzer and realizes it has some edible stuff on it. It doesn't look super tasty, but we can't be picky. But we also found mealwood seeds while we were digging. So this is the plant that grows when we plant mealwood. Next to that is a strange looking plant, bristle blossom. We haven't seen any of those seeds, but that looks really a little bit more tasty, but it's not ready for a harvest. The printing pod starts to make some noise. It has a countdown that's just seconds away. What could it possibly be? It lights up! We're going to be able to get home! They're not able to jump in though, but they see what looks like the face of their friend. Let me tell you about their friend Tail. Tail loves working with animals, natural when it comes to mechanic skills, and they run in their spare time. They're not a picky eater. Someone else is sick, they'll help out right away, and they're pretty hygienic, so they're germ resistant. Now, when they get stressed out though, they get quite destructive, but when they're happy, they tend to run a lot. So Tail joins the team. Our friend is here. They're all quite excited. They get to see their friend. They tell them about everything that they built, cots, oxygen production. They even built outhouses for them to use. And Tail looks confused. He says, I was only gone a second behind you. What? The other dupes realize that Tail only experienced a second where they've been here for quite a while. They also explain about all the tools they can use to build things and dig things out, though they say, Tail, unfortunately, there's only 3 blasters, so you can't do any digging. After catching Tail up on everything that's gone on, they decide the next priority is to get a cot for Tail. They don't want them to be able to have to sleep on the floor. And they even tell them, you know what? We're not taking a break until this is done. Dash starts the process of building a cot. And with some more metal, they build a door right at the end. They also notice that there's a shine bug down here. That would probably be an absolute terrible thing to have up in our area where we're trying to sleep. So they build a door to make sure that it doesn't get out of this zone. We get a door at the end of our barracks, so the dupes have a place for each of them to sleep. With the rest of the time, they start digging out this oh so valuable algae. Well, except for Tail. He doesn't have a blaster. Well, it was an awful exciting day for the crew. They found their friend Tail, and they're reunited with them. They go into the latrine. Of course, they're going to connect the live wire so they get a little bit of light while they use the outhouses. A thought occurs while they're using the outhouses. First of all, there's only enough for one of them, or for 3 of them. How about they build 4? And then Flex comes up with an idea. How about we change our schedule so that 2 of us are sleeping and taking breaks at different time. That way only 2 of us need to come and use the latrine at the same time. The other dupes say, are you crazy? That doesn't make any sense. We want to socialize together. We're all breaking together. And then Flex says, yeah, I was just joking. So this is the 3rd cycle for the dupes. They have been united with their friend Tail, and that's all 4 of them. So I'm going to be playing with these 4 dupes for the rest of the game. The fact that one can't dig will have to be a little bit of a challenge, but I will just plan accordingly. They're not enjoying their meal, but they do have a longer break. Let me just do a quick analysis on what is different from what I typically do in a playthrough, and remind the Dupe Dash to turn off the lights before they leave. Can think of 2 main differences from my typical playthrough versus this, one of which I normally put schedule 2 dupes per schedule, and I don't need as big a latrine. The other thing is I usually punch research out. I'm continuing to try to advance this as much as possible. These guys are researching something and then taking full advantage of it before they go and look. That kind of makes sense. If I was to actually have new technology available, I would probably want to fully explore it before I bother trying to research something else. Well, hopefully you will join me in the next episode where we see this group of 4 friends go from this point on. Till then.